Thank you. So first of all, I'd like to thank the Academy and my agent and all the little people I had to step on my climb up to the top. Okay, I'm kidding. But seriously, some of you may have noticed that I'm a little different. I see things differently, and so I do things differently. For example, I've got a lot of us shaking hands at the beginning of each shift. And when I got here back in late October, really the only people that were shaking hands with anybody were only shaking hands with their close buddies, and that's about it. But the reason that I've made an effort to get people shaking hands at the beginning of the shift is because it cuts out on miscommunication and errors in the workplace, as well as building trust and confidence amongst coworkers. It's been scientifically proven. And now, as I said, I see things differently. I trained myself to see things differently, which is part of why I have been making an effort to get people in this habit. Perfect example of how I see things differently. Let's have a show of hands. How many of you would guess that most heart attacks in America happen on a Friday night when people are out partying? Okay, now how many of you would guess on a Saturday night when people are out partying? Alright, and would anybody venture to guess that it might happen on Sunday during football games when either your team wins and you're really excited, or your team loses and you're really upset? Well, that's what my money was on. But the fact of the matter is that most heart attacks in America happen on Monday mornings between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. because most people dread going back to work. People get themselves so worked up in their mind about their jobs that their heart actually stops. And it's because we as a people have been trained by TV and by our parents, who were trained by their parents, and by ourselves, our inner conversations with ourselves, that we hate our jobs. Even if we don't, that's what we say and that's what we think, because that's what we think we're supposed to do. Not just that we hate it, but that there's no other choice, that we have to hate it, and that the only way to escape it is through the weekend, which then by default makes Monday the representation of all that is evil and unholy. Monday becomes the face of all of our suffering and all of our pain. Well, guess what? Pardon my language, but I've learned how to make Monday my bitch, alright? I approach Mondays the way most people approach Saturdays. As I said, I see things differently. I see the word difficult differently. To me, difficult is not something to complain about, it's a challenge. It's an exercise. I trained my mind to turn bad things into good things. And you know why I did that? I did it because I'm hungry. Les Brown said that people who are hungry are willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have things tomorrow that others won't have. People who are hungry know to strive to get on top in life because they understand that it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Abraham Lincoln said, yes, good things come to those who wait, but only what's been left behind by those who hustled first. And Emerson said, the prize will not be brought to you, you must go out and get it. I got tired of feeling like life was beating me down, so I got hungry, and I learned to see negative things in a positive way. Here's another example, and I want all of you to try this at some point. When I catch myself wanting to say, man, I'm tired, and I feel like I'm dragging a little bit, but I still gotta keep going, I still gotta keep working, I tell myself, I'm not tired, I'm a machine, and machines don't get tired. And you see, what happens when you tell yourself that is that your brain goes, really? I'm not tired? Okay. And it jumps on board, and it renews your energy a little bit, and you can keep going. You see, it's all in your mind. Happiness and unhappiness both start and come from within. If you want to change the world around you, first you got to change the world within you. So in order to be happy in life, you got to not just talk to yourself, but you got to analyze and reorient how you talk to yourself and what you say. Because sometimes the only good things that you will hear about yourself throughout the day are the things that you tell yourself. Most of you don't know this, but I was homeless for 3 years. I had a full-time job making $14.75 an hour, and I still couldn't afford a place to live because I was drowning in child support and late bill payments. I was sleeping on the streets and in other people's cars. So during my free time, I started studying how to build a better life. And that's when I realized that I was gonna keep drowning unless I wanted to succeed as bad as I wanted to breathe. I realized that I wasn't hungry enough, and I wasn't doing enough, and I wasn't working hard enough. And so I learned how to train my mind in a way where I can effortlessly push through what most people see as hard work, what most people see as difficult. I learned how to change my perception of the word difficult. I started doing what others wouldn't do in order to have what others wouldn't have. How many of you drive a car to work and back? Raise your hand. That's awesome. Guess what? I take the bus here and I ride my bicycle 7 miles to get back home at night. After an 8-hour shift, I ride my bike 7 miles. That's another hour of bike riding. And I could complain and tell myself that it's hard, but then it will be. If I tell myself that it's easy and I remind myself that it's the trade I am making so that I can keep a job and not keep drowning, then that 7 miles is easy. And it goes by quickly. Out of all the temps that started here with me back in late October, I'm the only one that's still here. That didn't happen by chance, and it didn't happen by accident. It happened because I'm hungry, and it happened because I chased it. Now, I know we all have work to do, so let me leave you with this thought. I didn't say all this because I want you to feel bad for me, or because I think I'm better than anybody here. I told you all of this because I want all of you to be happy. I want all of you to enjoy your jobs so that you can enjoy your life. So, if any of you want some help realigning your thoughts and the way that you see things, come talk to me. I have a YouTube channel called Evolve and Revolve, where I try to change people's lives by changing the way that they think and the way they see things. And outside of that, I'm inviting all of you, I'm challenging all of you to not just watch me go get it, because I'm gonna go get it, you'll see, but to join me in getting after it. I want you to chase that promotion before it's posted in the lobby, so that when it comes up, they already know who they're gonna give it to. Start your own handshaking ritual, whatever that might be, and start analyzing the things that you say to yourself and the way that you speak to yourself. You guys, today is Monday. And as I said, I made Monday my bitch. I'm daring you to do the same thing. I dare you to approach today with the same excitement that you would approach a regular Saturday, and see how fast this shift passes by. See how effortlessly you get through today's hours and today's tasks. Thank you.